Now, picture this, right? Cloud of smoke. Haha, 'tis I, Stalker, prepare to. Oh look, it's Stalker. Let's poke him with his stick. No, wait, you're supposed to fear me. Dead. That's pretty much every Stalker encounter in Warframe right now, right? Isn't it? Unless, I guess, you're on your own running solo and you've got really low level weapons, or maybe you're new to the game and he sees you as an easy target. I mean, recently in one of my videos we slapped him silly with 12 Wukongs, which I guess definitely turned the tides on him, you know, spawning in and seeing all those monkeys around him to beat him up. Now, Stalker's just not scary anymore. We've said this, I think, for the last 2 years. He's not intimidating like he used to be. I know my Warframe age is probably showing here, but I remember the fear that you would get when he would spawn in way back. I remember having to stand on top of a set of boxes when Stalker's coding wouldn't allow him to jump on top of objects, so you could basically cheese kill him. I remember him spawning into one of my mastery rank tests and absolutely nuking me. It was the stealth mastery test. I had no weapons, but back then revives also cost platinum, so if you had no revives left during the day, you basically couldn't play the game. So maybe that added a little bit of the fear to you when you come up against Stalker. Now, we know Digital Extremes are currently working on Railjack to get it out to us as soon as possible, also working on the new war, both of which we'll probably see something of at TennoCon next weekend. We know they're working on the 2 new Warframes, Too Fat, Too Furious, Fast Boy and Roly Boy, but what about Stalker mode? I know it's only a fun little game mode, but it's still something that we've not really seen much of in a while until now. I think it was back in January was the last time we seen it on a prime time. Stalker mode's development seems to be pretty much alive and kicking, and it could be right around the corner with TennoCon. Who knows, we might see more of it then as well. But now we've seen a little bit of recent footage which shows a group of Warframes complete with Wisp, which shows it is up to date, in a squad getting attacked by a player controlled Stalker from Digital Extremes. So the Stalker spawns in and in true Stalker fashion gets spanked purple and leaves in a disappointed cloud of smoke, back to his edgy cave to cry about the good old days where I used to be feared. I mean, I can't be the only one who feels like Stalker could do it a little bit more story, more lore, maybe some kind of big reveal, maybe a quest line dedicated to him. So maybe that will come with the Stalker game mode once it gets added. Now, I know some of you aren't exactly into PvP when it comes to Warframe, and that's fine. I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm not a fan of PvP in Warframe. I think it doesn't fit, but Stalker mode just sounds a little bit different. It sounds like a bit of fun just for a laugh more than anything else. We know that it's going to be a completely opt-in experience. If you don't want to be invaded by a Stalker controlled by another player, then you basically can choose not to. You would also need, I think, to be marked by Stalker as well. In fact, from what I understand, everyone in the game will automatically be opted out in settings unless you choose to switch it on, unless you choose to opt in your game settings. So you won't be invaded unless you want to. Now, the last thing we heard, they were still trying to decide on what kind of rewards you would be getting for taking part in this Stalker mode. I mean, if they want players to opt in, then they will need to make the rewards worthwhile, give solid rewards. But previous new game modes have kind of fallen short in the rewards aspect, so it's going to be interesting to see what we can get from this. And we know Steve wants there to be some kind of a Stalker styled syndicate, complete with syndicate standings and of course rewards as well. Like all of our other syndicates in game, rewards will probably be cosmetic only for this game mode, maybe Dread and Despair skins and so on. I can't see them adding mods or weapons to a mode that some players don't enjoy or don't want to participate in. It would kind of lock them out in a way. It would be a forced, I guess, grind for them. But then again, games like Destiny have a lot of weapons behind Crucible and Gambit, basically PvP. So maybe, I don't know, different games, completely different communities, both awesome, by the way. Now, when I watch this clip of a player-controlled Stalker spawning in, I can't help but feel like he needs more health or something to give him a little bit of a fair fight, because it is 1 versus 4, and with the current Stalker stats, it looks really one-sided, especially when you will have to run with weapons like the Dread and Despair against 4 players that could be running with rivened weapons like shotguns, snipers, rivened kit guns, rivened saws, and so on. Basically weapons that are incredibly powerful. So it's no surprise that Stalker gets one banged when he spawns in. Sometimes he doesn't even get the chance to get up off his knees. By the time he stands up, he's fucking already dead. And if that's what the experience will be like with the Stalker mode, with every invasion, then I would imagine the enjoyment of it will fall off pretty damn quick. Unless of course the rewards are worth it. Pretty much like everything in the game. Now share your thoughts on Stalker mode in the comment section below. Will we see more of it at TennoCon? Who knows? Are you excited to jump in as Stalker and see what kind of rewards we're going to get from it? I know from my last video way back, I think in January of this year, there was a large amount of the player base not really excited to participate in some kind of PvP thing, but now that you know that it's going to be an opt-in experience, if you don't want to take part in it, then you don't have to. Then I guess you don't have to worry about it unless there is a really good reward added to that syndicate. Do me a huge favour, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.